The skills that I think are necessary to succeed in this career are to have empathy. I think that you need to be able to think outside the box. I think you have to have a backbone. I think that you have to be able to be good at problem solving. And I think that you have to have the ability to leave your work at work.
I think you have to have passion and dedication for the work because it's extremely difficult work. I think in terms of skill, it's someone that is always seeking knowledge, always wanting to learn and experience new things. I think child welfare is ever evolving, and if you are not open to continually learning, I think that can hinder. Obviously, empathy is really important, and engagement. Really wanting to engage our families and work with them and partner with them to make sure that kids can be safe in their own families.
The job requires patience, empathy, just understanding people, wanting to do your very best to change people's situation, but allowing them to understand that they're the experts on their family, and just being able to communicate genuinely, so that people can open up, and that way we can get in there and work together to maybe stop some of the generational things that go on in families so that they don't have to revisit children's services anymore.
The skills necessary to succeed in children's services, I feel like, are the ability to communicate with diverse backgrounds, understanding your own personal bias and addressing that when you talk to people, being nosy. Is a good quality to have, and good oral and written communication skills.
Number one skill is patience. I think so. Everything's not just gonna fall in your lap. You're gonna have to do trial and error sometimes. I think effective communication is another skill that you definitely need in this field. You can have conversations over the phone all the time or through text, and some things may get misconstrued, and you need to clear it up, and you need to make sure that you and other professionals are all on the same page. You need to make sure you and the family are on the same page. So I think effective communication is the next skill that is important. The last skill, if I just had to choose three, would be organization. We have people who double book themselves all the time, or have something in a calendar and not in their phone, and I think just organization overall is top important skill to have in this job.
You need to be organized. You need to be patient. You need, they say it's 8 to 4:45, but there are times at nighttime where you get a phone call. You just have to be flexible. You need to be understanding. Sympathetic, empathetic. You need to have a sense of humor. I mean, this can be a tough job sometimes, and there are some very difficult cases sometimes, but there's also times where you need to laugh and you need to have a good time. And so I think if you can balance that, you'd be successful.
I believe that empathy is very important in working with families and understanding where families are coming from and understanding what their strengths are. We have to have empathy with our staff. We have to have empathy with our administration. Everyone here is doing a very difficult job, and we have a common goal, and we need to work together to make that goal happen. So we have to recognize where others are coming from and what they're dealing with as well. I also believe that communication is key. You have to be able to communicate written and verbally with both families, with community providers, with courts, administrators. You have to be able to communicate in organization. The pace of the work that we do is quick, so you have to be organized in order to maintain it.
To be successful as a children's services worker, my number one priority would be work-life balance. You have to be able to turn it off and turn it on in order to be successful, personally, for my thoughts. Also, you have to have some amazing critical thinking. You have to be able to have great time management. And most of all, you have to be able to be a daily learner. We learn something new every day. You have to be able to learn and listen and grow every day.